So what if you could completely revolutionize your life, all before you've even had breakfast? That's the huge promise behind Robin Sharma's book, The 5 a.m. Club. Now, this isn't just a how-to guide. It's a story about two people who've hit rock bottom. They meet this mysterious, eccentric mentor who shares a powerful secret, a morning routine that's designed to unlock world-class productivity and, maybe more importantly, real inner peace. Let's get into it.
Right off the bat, you can tell this isn't a story that starts with some sunny inspiration. No, it starts with total desperation. These opening words, they just drop you right into the mind of someone who is on the absolute edge. It really sets the stage for what's to come. A journey that's not just about success, but about survival and ultimately rebirth.
So, our story begins with two souls who are completely adrift. They're both trapped in their own personal crisis, and they are desperately searching for a way out.
On one side, we have the entrepreneur. I mean, this woman is brilliant. She built a tech empire right from her dorm room, but now she's on the verge of a hostile takeover, and it's pushed her to the brink. And on the other side, we have the artist, a guy with just immense talent, but he's become so cynical about the world that his creativity has just vanished. He's left feeling completely hopeless. So their paths finally cross at this big conference, led by a legendary guru they call the Spellbinder. And let's be clear, they're not there looking for a few simple tips. They are looking for a lifeline. They're looking for a real reason to keep going.
But the real magic, the real turning point, it happens after the seminar is over. They have an encounter that will completely change the entire course of their lives, introducing them to a very eccentric mentor.
They meet this man who, for all intents and purposes, appears to be homeless. He's disheveled, his clothes are ripped, and he's talking in these strange riddles. But something is just off. He speaks with this incredible wisdom, like a philosopher, and then they notice, on his wrist, is a ridiculously expensive watch. It's a dead giveaway that he is not at all who he seems to be.
And then he starts dropping these profound truth bombs on them. He tells them that suffering isn't just something you have to endure. It's actually a purifying force. It strips away all the fake stuff, all the ego, and it reconnects you with your true self, your true genius. I mean, what a powerful way to reframe hardship, right?
And then comes the big reveal. The homeless man is actually Stone Riley, an eccentric billionaire who was a student of the Spellbinder. He sees their pain, but he also sees their potential. And he makes them this just incredible offer. Come with me right now to my private island in Mauritius, and I will teach you everything I know.
So of course they take this massive leap of faith. I mean, who wouldn't? And it's on his private island that he introduces them to the absolute core of the book, the 20-20-20 formula. It's a simple but profound way to completely own your morning. The foundation of this whole thing is incredibly simple. Wake up at 5 a.m. You get up before the emails start flooding in, before the notifications start buzzing, before the demands of the world can get to you. This quiet, solitary time, that's where the magic happens.
He calls this first hour, from 5 to 6 a.m., the victory hour. And the idea is pretty straightforward, right? If you can win this first hour, you create a trajectory of excellence for the entire rest of your day. It's like a daily practice for mastering yourself. Now, this victory hour is then broken down into 3 very distinct 20-minute pockets. Each one is meticulously designed to prime a different part of you: your mind, your body, your spirit. This isn't just a random routine. It's a finely tuned system.
Okay, so here's how it works. First, for 20 minutes, you move. We're talking intense exercise, enough to really break a sweat. Why? It flushes out the fear hormone, cortisol, and boosts dopamine to get you laser-focused. Next, for 20 minutes, you reflect. This is quiet time for journaling, meditation, or just planning your day to build some serious clarity. And finally, for the last 20 minutes, you grow. Read a book, study a new skill, listen to a podcast. This is dedicated learning time. Because as the billionaire says, the top performers are absolutely relentless learners.
But listen, this morning routine is only one piece of the puzzle. The 5 a.m. Club isn't about grinding yourself into dust 24/7. It's about something way smarter and more sustainable: the twin cycles of intense work and deep recovery.
The book makes this huge point that elite performance is not a marathon. It's a series of sprints. The best of the best in any field, they don't burn out because they've mastered the art of strategic renewal. They know when to go hard and they know when to pull back.
This is what he calls the twin cycles of elite performance. You're constantly moving between the high excellence cycle, where you're producing intense, focused, world-class work, and the deep refueling cycle, where you prioritize rest, fun, and recovery. One simply cannot exist without the other.
And to really drive this point home, the billionaire points to people like Albert Einstein on his sailboat. Joy and play, they aren't distractions from serious work. They are absolutely essential to it. That deep recovery, that's what fuels creative genius.
So ultimately, this isn't just a story about some fictional entrepreneur and artist. Their whole journey is really a metaphor for our own. It's a call to action to begin your own heroic adventure.
The author's dedication in the book just captures this perfectly. It's this idea that greatness isn't reserved for some chosen few. It's a potential that's waiting inside every single one of us, ready to be activated. Through the story of the entrepreneur and the artist, Sharma gives us a model to follow. Their transformation from total hopelessness to genuine heroism, it's meant to be a guide. It shows that no matter where you are right now, there's a path to a better, more impactful life.
In the end, the book leaves us with a challenge, a really powerful one. The methods are all laid out, the philosophy is crystal clear, but the real work, well, that starts when the alarm clock goes off tomorrow morning. The question isn't whether the system works. The real question is, will you work the system?